collaboration.
That's
So.
that I don't really care from I don't really care for how they do DOA, but I have been with the Arteria series since Iris. So
Did you play Riza?
no, I hadn't. I get a reason at
Oh,
some
okay.
point, but I backlog Heinz. Heinz, I the last Arteria the last of the Arteria that I had played was on. Actually, I had the two on the on the four. But I hadn't beat the one I had on PS3, the last one they had. I'm trying to look. I gotta look and see which one it is. But I beaten all but one on the PS3, and I was working on one for the PS4, but I was stuck. So I was stuck at one part because it's like they won't give me the. It's like I can't get the items I need fast enough. It seems like. I was like, plus in a lot of in some parts when you try to gather stuff or do some of these quests, the enemies are like 20 levels higher than you, so you're taking damage quick. Let me check something. Wardrobe. Because the one thing they did do right was they had it where the costumes that you can get them individually. But is PS4 the only one? Is Sony the only one that does this?
Sony is the only one with premium tickets.
Yeah. Wait. Oh.
Yeah, because like Sony didn't want Koei Tecmo Collector in their store with DLC like DOA 5 did. So
I guess they have an actual space limit.
yeah, more or less. And then Xbox really doesn't have anything, so they could just do that. Plus, they're better at organizing their stuff, and
Yeah.
Steam is infinite, so
Oh.
you have to actually go to the game page, and it's all categorized underneath the game itself. So
Yeah. Shoot, you think they would be doing that like Steam?
oh man, I wish PSN was any bit like Steam. Just like it would just be a good thing to just be able to gift people games like Steam does.
Yeah. It'd be good for business. But it would also make too much sense, which is why they probably don't do it.
Right? And, like they're even more retarded now since like Sony head office is in California now, so a bunch of Americans are in charge now.
Oh, and America's all about the bottom line. Beautiful.
That's why they've been attacking the anime titty games, but it's completely okay for Last of Us 2 to be, lesbian and titty scenes in there.
Oh, Lord.
Simran Kagura can't exist. It's a saddle.
That's how do I even put this?
Like, I feel sad for the developer. They just left the Nintendo systems because they needed to come over to something more powerful. And then Sony just treats them like that because of change of hands.
Ooh. It's funny because it's the Arteria series. It would make sense that these costumes look better than half of the stuff that Techno's come up with so far.
Yeah, they actually had to make those.
Well, that might be a good thing because that would mean ideally that the future costumes that come out are actually better than the ones that they've been coming out, like in the beginning, obviously because it's the first time. So maybe as a result of this, the rest of the costumes.
Oh yeah, technically they did get a lot of new staff, so
Yeah.
it's just a lot of inexperienced people.
Except for Chrissy, so that costume can go to hell.
And then, like a lot of their team was over there working on Dissidia. Now that Dissidia didn't stop support, and they said they were about to shut down the online for it and everything. So.
Even Rachel got a Arteria costume, and it looks good, actually.
Yeah, everybody got one except Maya and Kula.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad at that. But what would they give him?
Nothing.
Oh, I didn't even put any costumes for Omiji. I don't use her like that, so. Okay, that costume kind of caught me off guard. Oh, Nova looks decent. You know what I'd actually like to see next? If they're gonna do another collaboration, they should have well, if they still with Square Enix, they should have costumes from Star Ocean.
Yeah, Star Ocean wouldn't work. And, like, Star Ocean is super unpopular in America.
That may be,
Actually,
but
no. Actually, no. It depends how Japan feels about it. And Japan was extremely mad how Star Ocean 5 went.
oh yeah, what was it?
First, he got upset that, like, the Lolly's panties got censored because they were trying to censor it in the Japanese version so they didn't have to worry about it for the Western version.
You know what? I'm actually not gonna be mad at that because we do have a thing against pedophiles, unless you're a Republican, in which case you don't care. But I don't think I'll be using Momiji like that. But I'm glad she's in the game. She needed to be in the game because she needed that love.
Yeah, she was #1 requested by fans.
I mean, and the one time that they actually do listen to their fans like that.
Yeah, her and Rachel, they were #1 requested. So
and they're female, so why not? Hell. I'll
listen
put
to
them.
the casuals. The casuals is out there.
Yep.
All the competitive people sitting there asking for like Ein and Genfu, and just like, yeah, that ain't happening.
I'll be quite honest with you. Both of them don't need to be in the game based on story, unless you're gonna do a reboot like NetherRealms did with Mortal Kombat. And that's you know what? I'm not gonna. I shouldn't even put NetherRealms because Molina ain't even in Mortal Kombat, even though people have been begging for her for the longest. You got Devore in the game. Devore, obviously, it'd have been one thing if they would have continued from Mortal Kombat 10, which Molina got killed by Devore, and they just left it at that. But they did a reboot though, so they brought characters back that were originally dead to begin with, except for Stryker. He can stay wherever the hell he's at. But
like the whole thing with 11 is that it had to deal with like time travel.
Yeah.
And just like, you mean to tell me you couldn't go to the part where like, where Devore was and just save Melina?
And it's like people were begging for it. I know people. I didn't even play Mortal Kombat, and I knew people were begging for Melina to come back, but they didn't bring her back. And it's like, really? Not even as a DLC, and it's like, why? Of course, and they didn't even put Rain in the game. He was in Mortal Kombat 10, but he wasn't even usable. People were asking, none of the folks were asking for Rain, and they didn't put him. I'm like, what are y'all doing? I can see
the main reason why they won't put Melina back is because they threw her moveset on the katana. So, she's one of her variations.
They could have just could just put Melina and made her a completely different fighter, and just been done with it. Oh god. I mean, I can't complain about the DLCs I don't play Mortal Kombat. I just looked at some of the DLCs and I couldn't really complain about that. But I'm like, what are y'all doing? Mm-hmm. What? Seriously, I could see if y'all were a Japanese company, but you're not. You're an American company. And you doing...
And it's like, but like being a company and having an idea for your game, like people want to stick to their guns at least. Like whatever they were trying to do for 11 didn't involve Melina. That's just all what it is.
Yeah, clearly, but y'all, it's like you're just trying to make sense of, okay, y'all go about the time, you're bringing back all these people, but why are you not bringing back people? Although
literally have the cutscene in there from 10 and 11 of her getting killed by Devora.
Yeah,
and when Shao Kahn heard about it because he didn't know, like he was about to rip Devora a new one.
Yeah. A lot of people wanted to. They bought Baraka back, but y'all didn't bring Merlina back? Really?
Mainly because it was a big racial issue. They kind of needed him back to represent his tribe.
Yeah, yeah, but at the same time, y'all just insulting the people at this point, like because they were both there, but y'all chose to bring him back. Like it's like y'all just saying y'all screw y'all. It's incredibly insulting to the people when you do stuff like that. You may as well just but like it's like they're right there. I actually played 10. I played 10 and went through that. I'm like, why y'all not? I'm like, people, and it's like behind people were begging for her. Like dudes were literally begging. I was like, man, and y'all just gonna say the hell with y'all. I was like, all right, cool. And not the first time companies have done that to their fan base, but it's like, and then you're gonna sit there and wonder why people are pissed off at you, and y'all in the situation y'all at. But hey. y'all the big ballers. I can't say nothing. But it's been proven. I've seen it. It's been proven when you insult your customer base like that, it comes back to bite you. Because you just you treat them like they're stupid, like they don't know what they're like. It's funny because I watch, you watch WWE and you see how Vince McMahon, all the trash talking he be doing, but he's just basically mimicking what businesses do to their customers. That's all he's doing. It's just a parody, but that's how people treat their fan base. And and it's like, when it comes at to bite you in the behind, don't get pissed off at the fans. You insult them in the first place. It's only natural for somebody to get pissed off when you insult them like that. Because they can only take so much. But yeah, they literally started a petition, or not a petition, but they literally started like on that website. They started because of that hair thing. That ironically enough, a hair color was the straw that broke the camel's back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about the costumes, but the costumes is that's just ammunition that was built up. The hair thing was just the last straw. That was the final.
It's already bad enough that it hasn't been a full year yet.
Yeah.
And we got 4 season passes that are like $80-$90 a piece. The only reason they like $80 now is because they stopped giving the males costumes. That's the only reason why the first season pass was $90, because the males got stuff.
The thing with the season pass, and I give it to the a lot, like the early costumes aren't that. The early costumes in DOA 5 were better than 6's early costumes, but they weren't as good as the later ones that would come out, obviously, because they were starting off with that. But at the same time, your costumes are booty, and you charging damn near $100 for costumes that are booty? Like, okay. The only saving grace is that you got those premium tickets. So you don't have to get if there's a costume in that piece of trash that you like, you can get it and not have to worry about getting everything else. But that's probably the only saving grace. And even then that's up in the air, because it's like, man, these costumes are garbage. But I'm going to pick them for my character, and that'll be the end of that. So at least they're not forcing you to get the whole thing if you want to get the costume for the character that you like. But at the same time, these costumes aren't that impressive to begin with. So you like, whatever it is. So you got some folks that'll just buy them just because. Like, the only real costume that I regretted buying for Tina was that swimsuit costume, because it looked better on still shot than it did in the actual play. So that was the only one I wish I hadn't got, because that was a piece of crap. But everything else I got, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get that, and I'll just be done with that. I can only imagine what they would charge if they came out with the legacy gear. They'd probably be charging 2 times the price that they did when they came out with it in DOA 5.
Damn.
Actually, I don't even think they charged for the legacy costumes in DOA 5. I got to double check on that.
I actually kind of think that was. Yeah,
Or
cause
maybe,
how like okay, if they did charge, it was like super cheap, like
yeah, yeah,
$3 or something.
yeah. It wasn't high. It was just
Cause
like,
I was quite sure it was Zach Tina and Jan Lee who got those.
yeah, I know Zach did because he had that green mohawk type,
Yeah,
which I kind of wish he had in this one now because he just doesn't have. He has absolutely no variety whatsoever. He can't even change it. He don't even have no facial hair. It's like, what are you guys doing to this man? Hell, I'll take a 20-foot afro over some of this stuff that they got for Zach now. Shoot, I kind of wish they would do a collaboration with Disney, but I know if they did, Disney would charge out the wazoo.
right. Yeah, that ain't happening.
Nope. Because Disney got plenty of material that they could give techno. It's just like their prices would be just ridiculous. Like Frozen, Mulan, all the Disney princesses immediately come to mind. And hell, the male characters would get some costumes. But yeah, the prices would just be stupid. They stand a better chance of collaborating with Square. Matter of fact, aren't they with Square Enix right now?
I mean, Dissidia wasn't so bad, so they probably ain't even gonna talk about it.
Oh boy. And people have been asking for Tifa, so based on what happened with Dissidia, that's not going to happen.
Like, so Dissidia, Square Enix wanted 10 years of esports out of that, and they got 6 years of, we had to put it on Steam, we had to make it free to play.
Mm-hmm. Because I wanted to see Tifa. That was the only other female I wanted to see in DOA was Tifa. But never was meant to be. Maybe they'll give Tina. Actually, no. They probably either give Rachel or Kokoro Tifa's outfit, her bartender outfit. Cause Kokoro had an outfit that looked almost like Tifa's.
And that was fan made.
Oh, that explains it. Matter of fact, Rachel had one outfit that came close too. She had the suspenders, but she had shorts instead of a skirt. Do I want to put this on my hard drive or? Not my hard drive, my flash drive.
Fighting all 4 of these monsters at once, but too late now.
Well, I was sitting there trying to do the single player modes that gets the rest of these costumes since I don't feel like using different characters just to try to get this stuff, in ranked. And the lobbies are out of the question because God, I'll be dogged if them dudes ain't wireless laggy jokers. Actually, let me see who's let me see what lobbies are about. And it's taking a while. Tina versus Lisa. Oh, it's just
God damn it. I tried to parry that.
They didn't let you.
Yeah. Like, just...
Hold up.
These enemies now are just, like, way too fast for the parry.
So he's got a winner stays, but the victories before change is unlimited, and you got 6 people in that lobby? That's just stupid.
Mm.
And that's a wireless lobby, so the hell no with that. That's the only reason I even thought about getting Covain was just because of that honest trailer. That mess was just so funny.
That was pretty funny.
That was like, oh boy. I was like,
It's
oh
actually
man.
50% titty.
Talking about Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's literally what it was.
Oh boy. I miss when I could play the games that I want to play when I wanted to play them. Now I'm just forced to cram everything in that I want.
Yeah, I missed that too.
Sadly, the only reason I had enough time to beat half the Arteria games that I was in because I was mostly unemployed. And when I was unemployed, I was doing temp jobs to pass up the time.
Kind of the same for me. Like, I was only able to get decent at DOA just because I was unemployed.
Yeah. The dude's talking about streaming to make money, but I'm like, if I...
Okay, that was a good attempt. I gotta remember to keep throwing my buffs on or I'm gonna get fucked.
And then I seeing his people stream these. I'm like, one thing I know I'm not gonna do is stream a damn single player game. That's just like, because I know those games are boring as hell to watch. Never, I mean, it's one thing if you're playing them, but watch them is just like, nah, that's all right. I'd rather be playing like role playing games. I'd rather just be playing them.
Niggas got me fighting on the lava floor. Oh god, this gonna be rough.
Do I want to go back to rank? I really don't.
It's gonna be rough.
Matter of fact, why not? I'd really see what they give me. Cause this Saturday there'd probably be a couple stragglers on. I probably should just go to DOA 5 and see if there's a lobby open. Last time I went there though, there was only a tag team lobby. I was like, nah, not feeling that drama. Get up there and get Infinite. I could play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 if I wanted to get Infinite. Or 3.
I mean, Infinite's cool. Yo! Yeah,
no, I mean Infinite as in getting hit like 99 plus times. Not the actual game.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He literally just one-shot me. The mini boss just hit me while I was blocking and killed both me and the AI partner at the same time.
Dang. I can only imagine what that looked like.
Oof. Oof.
So if they're forcing you to have to go through this dungeon just to, yeah. I just be like,
it's optional. I'm trying to get a hang for it before the next DLC comes out, but
yeah, you get one shot. You might want to go back and build yourself up and then go back in there if you can.
It's like, also since the DLC is kind of running on like a higher difficulty, like New Game Plus, because they expect you to have played New Game Plus like a few times, but I just beat the main story.
Yeah, so you might need another. God, I went from Beyblade to freaking Kasumi. This is
like honestly, I really think if I would just call for help and get another human partner to help me out, then it'd probably just be better. I was just trying to get like a lay of the land. Honestly, I'm trying to see how big this place is. Now that I lost my haze over there, it's so much of a danger to get my haze back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to go through, like, the 10 monsters to get to my haze. Just to lose it again. Like, man, I gotta refight all these monsters after I die just to get my stuff back. Now, a haze is a...
dog.
Yeah, so, like, haze is money and experience points. So haze is super important. The only reason this game is nicer than Dark Souls is that you can go back and chill in the hot spring and they'll give you half your haze back.
Yeah, always
Yeah, I'm
want to
going.
run into stuff. Why not?
I'm going back to the hot spring. I cannot go through those 10 monsters again. I just barely got through it just to get one shot at. And it would make it even worse is that you can actually raise the difficulty in a DLC area because this is like a bunch of like equipment that you can only get in that area, and you have to raise the difficulty to get.
That was epic. Oh Lord. Is it me or Kasumi some of the saltiest people I've ever seen?
I mean, they're probably playing Core.
That would explain the wireless. Yep, that's still punishable. Yep. Oh, wow. Oh. Ugh. I'd take a body slam.
The weirdest thing about Code Vein is that like everybody just gets into the hot spring and don't care. It ain't that normal Japanese shit about like, you know, yeah, you just trying to see me naked, perv. Like nobody's worried about sex in Code Vein, even though everybody's like sexy as hell.
Yeah.
That girl's 50% titty. Nobody cares about sex. I mean, who cares about sex when, like, everybody's, like, literally just, like, zombies and shit?
Yeah.
What the fuck? My character just talked? I don't know what's going on.
Wow! I came back. I came back.
That threw me off a lot too.
I came back.
Boy.
Oh my goodness. I